Now joining me this time and looking dapper in his double-breasted suit from Washington, D.C. as political consultant, Gianno Caldwell. Gianno, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me, Rick.
All right, Gianno, first of all, let's talk about Rand Paul. He took to the Senate floor last night with a filibuster, 10.5 hours, up until midnight Eastern time. Did he accomplish anything?
You know what? I believe he did, Rick. And as I was watching Senator Rand Paul yesterday, it reminded me of how this all started. September 11, 2001, I was a freshman at Simeon High School in Chicago, walking into music class when the teacher said, "A plane just hit the tower." We were watching the television and the second plane hit, and I knew it wasn't an accident and America was at war. A lot of people were afraid and willing to give up personal safeties. There were personal liberties, freedoms, if you will. And from that point on, we had to change the way we operated in America. That included the Patriot Act, which was timely and it made sense during that time. Since then, we've learned that the NSA has been collecting data on individuals in a mass way. Now, that data could include information on my little sister that's 10 years old and she's having telephone calls, or my grandmother who's talking about church on the phone. The Supreme Court, not the Supreme Court, but one of the second largest courts in the land said that this was illegal. For President Obama, I think he should say, hey, it's illegal, we need to put an end to it, and I think that's what Senator Rand Paul brought light to.
You know, I'm glad you referenced September 11th, 2001, Gianno, because I believe that the vast majority of those people who opposed the collection of phone records would have their opinion would change immediately and drastically should, God forbid, we have another 9/11 style attack on U.S. soil. Now, the current bill that the Congress wants the Senate to pass would strip out the NSA from that ability to collect phone records, but it would keep in the NSA's ability to query phone companies about the phone records of those U.S. citizens who they believe have contact with would-be terrorists. You think that's gone too far?
And I think that's I think it's a little different. I think that now the question that everyone has been contemplating is, can we go back to the way we used to do things, which was you go to a judge, you get a subpoena because you have evidence that say, hey, this person is someone that we really need to look to and the judge agrees with you. That is the way that we've always done things. Now, I've gotten the fact that things happened in 2001, and it makes sense. It made sense during those times. And thankfully, thanks to former President George W. Bush, we were able to be faster and smarter in our intelligence gathering now. I think that we need to look at a different way of doing things, and specifically because the court said that these actions by the NSA are illegal. Those are their words, not mine. So with that being the case, if the president is a friend of the people, as he says he is, he should put an end to this program now, send a bill to the floor, codifying the actions of the court or the statements of the court, and we would go from there. And I think that's what Senator Rand Paul was saying.
Isn't it interesting, Gianno, that we see Democrats and Republicans in this highly polarized political world we live in today? We see the Dems and Republicans on the same page on this issue in a lot of cases.
Yeah, this is honestly, and you know, Rick, I'm a federal lobbyist and I work with members on issues like these and others all the time. And it's rare that you can find both parties intimately involved in the issue. It's usually one or the other, or it's not a significant bill where anyone pretty much cares to do anything about it, so they'll support it. But this is a major issue, and I think is one that deserves that kind of support.
All right, so the June 1 deadline is looming. We'll see what happens. The only thing I get concerned about, Gianno, is when I hear counterterrorism experts, law enforcement officials saying, wait a minute, this goes too far. That does concern me. Now, on another not related, but on another topic,